Hello, everyone. This is Lauren Israelson at UNPA HQ, and delighted to have with me today Adam Sherman and Tyler Pencil of the law firm Vorys, Seymour and Pease. We will just refer to them as Vorys today, and they are one of our newest members in the science, technology, and professional part of UNPA's membership, and particularly pleased to have this a YouTube interview today because the topic is e-commerce, and in this case, it's Vorys eControl. I'm going to ask Adam and Tyler just to explain to us what Vorys eControl is, but I'll just tee this up by saying doing business online is scary business, and a lot of things can go wrong. The list of horribles are fairly long, as are the rewards. So the trick is know what you're doing and get competent advice along the way. So with that, Adam is going to lead off, I think, and certainly Tyler, I'd like you both to introduce yourselves briefly. What we really want to know today is talk us through Vorys eControl. I know that you're not new to the dietary supplement natural product industry. You have a number of clients in the space, and the good news for us is that you bring in expertise that really deal with supplements specifically, and of course, Amazon will be on everyone's minds, and international e-commerce, and even more frightening thought. So with that, Adam, Tyler, welcome, and I will hand the stage to you to introduce yourselves and begin to take us through your package of services and how you advise clients and try and help avoid a lot of the landmines on the e-commerce horizon line.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Lauren. I very much appreciate this. My name's Adam Sherman. I've been with Vorys for a long time and working with clients on e-commerce issues for several years now. Our main goal is to help clients deal with some of the challenges that are caused by online marketplaces and e-commerce in general. I was one of the early attorneys that has been working on the team here, and we started this practice with clients that came to us wanting to know what they could do with unauthorized sellers online. And initially, a lot of these clients were in two industry segments. They were either professional products distribution that wanted their products to be sold only in doctors' offices or spas or other sort of environments like that. And then also the direct seller network marketing industry that didn't want to have their products, for the most part, available on any of the online marketplaces. So, we kind of built our practice around that, learning how to leverage legal claims against unauthorized sellers, and then developed how to leverage marketplace policy violations and intellectual property issues to kind of help clients get rid of the unauthorized sellers. And as we kind of grew, we realized that it wasn't just brands that didn't want to be on the online marketplaces that had issues. There was this whole other world out there of brands that actively participated on e-commerce and online marketplaces. And that's, maybe I'll turn it over, Tyler, to you to talk a little bit about that approach.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. And thanks, Lauren, for having us. This is very excited to be here. Like Adam, I'm a partner at Vorys. Vorys is a large law firm with 8 offices around the country, but within Vorys, we have our eControl group. And as Adam was alluding to, we've kind of evolved over the years from the early days that Adam, started working, and then myself and others, really into a practice now that integrates multidisciplinary services, including business advice, legal strategy, investigation, enforcement, technology, data insights, kind of all of the above, working with companies to integrate all of those services into an approach to help them gain control of their sales online. With the idea that we want to help them protect their brand equity, and also really grow their brand in this age of e-commerce. As you alluded to, Lauren, it's a very exciting thing, this e-commerce world. also a little scary, but we want to help brands do what they can to gain control so they can really excel in this age of e-commerce.
Well, we're glad to have you aboard because this is an issue that we've been struggling with as everyone has, trying to understand, as you point out, Adam, the two markets that really initially, and our membership reflects this, practitioner channels, direct selling channels, trying to keep off the internet and e-commerce, and then the rest of the world is trying to get on. We've seen more recently, as companies, our membership is really composed of a lot of large brands, contract manufacturers that have global scope, and international markets are critical to our continued growth and success. We'd welcome insights on, as you're moving into Europe, China is a particular challenge, protection of IP is a major challenge, advice, considerations, and it might be great if we set up a separate tutorial where we can invite our entire membership to come on board and just have you really take some specific case studies and markets and just help people really go through a checklist to say, before you enter this country, do these things. Don't go there unless you've really taken care of these preliminary steps, or somebody else is going to own your trademarks. It won't be you.
Yeah, I mean, international is definitely something that every brand needs to be concerned about, even if they're not actively going outside the US right now. We kind of help brands in two different ways, right? We have partners all over the world that deal with e-commerce issues and product diversion issues in their various jurisdictions. And you have to look at things globally because every region and every country has slightly different laws, and you have to make sure that you're fully compliant with those and you're leveraging what you can in the various jurisdictions. And even if a brand isn't actively trying to sell in a lot of different marketplaces internationally or a lot of different regions, it can still come back in various ways too. I mean, we see gray market diversion of products all the time where someone will buy in the US and then sell into a market, and maybe your product isn't labeled properly for that market. Or maybe you do sell in a couple of different markets and someone is buying the products that are intended for sale in a geography where the pricing is lower, such that someone is buying those products, then putting them back in the US. And there's all sorts of different ways to approach that and handle it, but it's definitely something that has to be on every brand's mind.
No question. So basically, as I'm thinking through this problem, is that companies that are expanding first have this critical decision. I'm trying to stay off, I'm trying to get on. You can advise on both. So once they've gone through that pathway, is those that are dealing with diversion, counterfeiting, spiked products, trying to keep a pure market channel. Everyone else, as they're going into global markets, have a range of issues. So it seems to me to make sense is that companies that are either in that growth phase need ongoing counsel and advice. How can they measure success? If they're working with your firm, how can they really judge when something that often does go wrong didn't? So many executives, and I'll count myself among them, don't have enough experience in this field to be able to say, you guys did a great job because nothing happened. I'm sure you've heard that from clients as well, so how do you help them really understand how well they did, and so that they can scorecard themselves and also your effectiveness in advising and protecting them?
Yeah, Adam, if it's all right, I'll jump in. I mean, this is kind of part of our core at the outset that we work with companies is we work with them in the initial phase, doing a strategy consultation to really understand, what their goals are, what are the KPIs we're going to look at, whether it's, if you're someone who wants to be on Amazon that has your own storefront or is selling through a third-party storefront, obviously you want to be able to channel your sales through that authorized storefront and eliminate the sales going to unauthorized sellers. If you're someone that doesn't want to be on Amazon at all, understanding that and making sure that we're doing what we can to eliminate unauthorized sellers. But during that initial phase, we look at all those different factors, identify what the go-to-market strategy is, what the Amazon strategy is, what are the key metrics we should be looking at, what are the key metrics that are important to you, and then as we build out the foundation, and then once we start doing enforcement work, we look at those metrics and we revisit them and measure our success over time. If you're someone that has your own storefront, what do your sales look like now compared to what they did when we first started working with you? So that is something that's very important to our practice, and when we're working with brands is really driving those metrics that are important to them.
One of the things that I think separates us from other law firms is that we're very data obsessed. We're always looking for the best data out there in terms of what we can show happening on the various marketplaces, how well your authorized sellers are doing, the trends in terms of the unauthorized sales on a monthly basis. We're always looking for the best data to really measure the success and drive our program to make sure that the brand's goals are met.
That's critical. When I heard data, my ears pricked up, and I thought this is something that we're all constantly searching for, is to measure how am I doing compared to competition, to see if I'm better or worse than others. So we would welcome the chance to have you present some of that data. If there's a newsletter that the firm offers, I'm sure our members would be very keen to sign up, to stay informed, and we certainly want to have an ongoing discussion. It seems like every day, every week, we see news. Certainly Amazon right now has been very active in the dietary supplement arena specifically. They've got guidance policies that are in flux. There's an interesting new development with an untitled letter from FDA to Amazon concerning spiked products. That has been something that has dogged the industry for years, and neither FDA nor we as trade associations or companies have been able to find a way to solve that. And if Amazon is able to tighten their filters and their systems, is there a chance that they can actually be a big part of the solution to try and drive out these spiked products out of the market? These are all issues that people are just so keen for any insights. And we work with Amazon, but we find that they're a very big company and fairly siloed in. And it takes a lot of understanding to try and really just get a sense, what is going on and what do we expect and what changes are coming. Any thoughts on Amazon specifically? And one last question is, it was in this morning's news about Amazon third-party sellers harassing people who are posting negative comments and going after people for that. What do you do about something like that?
Sure. As any brand that has any interactions with Amazon knows, dealing with Amazon can be a frustrating experience. It's not really, doesn't really feel like you're dealing with one company all the time. It's a multi-headed hydra in some ways. Sometimes you'll report things and you'll get responses that don't make any sense. It's very hard to get someone on the phone that can help you and really help Amazon deal with various violations and things that are going on. And, we work with, over 400 brands in the space, and Amazon is the #1 issue for pretty much all of them. So we're kind of unique. We have so much experience dealing with Amazon. And that's not to say that we have all the answers all the time about, oh, this problem, you have to go to this person. But it is kind of an art dealing with Amazon, and it requires a lot of patience and a lot of persistence. And there's probably no one else in the country that has as much experience as us in dealing with it.
That is great to know. And we are, again, delighted to have Vorys as a UNPA member. You bring a very important expertise to our membership and to the industry. And we look forward to update interviews. And I would think that our membership would love to have just a presentation offering some data points, an example of how can you measure your success, where the trouble spots are, things of this nature. So I thank you for your time today, Adam and Tyler, and we look forward to staying in close contact and sharing news with our members.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.